Hello friends, in our ongoing chapter, that is aromatic, electrophilic and nucleophilic substitution reactions, we have completed aromatic electrophilic substitution reactions. Those are nitrogen reactions, sulfonation reactions, Friedel-Crafts alkylations, Friedel-Crafts acylations, and just yesterday we have completed azo coupling reactions, that is diazo reactions. So these are all electrophilic substitution reactions of the aromatic rings. So electrophile, the species which are electron deficient in nature, that will attack on the electron rich benzene ring. So benzene ring in this reaction acts as a Lewis base. It donates its pi electron, pi cloud to the electrophile, forms the sigma complex. Sigma complex breaks into the our substitution product. So why this aromatic rings gives substitution products, that is electrophilic substitution products, mainly because if we have a electrophile that is electron deficient in nature, so pi cloud will attack on this electrophile and we will get this sigma complex H. Here is the electrophile and this positive charge. This positive charge is very stable due to resonance stability, resonance effect. So this is resonance hybrid. So in this way, benzene will attack on this electrophile. We will get this sigma complex. This sigma complex is very stable due to resonance effect. That is the driving force for the electrophilic aromatic substitution. Because whatever positive charge is occur into this benzene ring, that is stabilized by the resonance effect. But this is very rare case in case of nucleophilic substitution reactions, because nucleophiles are electron rich and our benzene rings are electron rich. So there will be some interactions. There are two reasons why aromatic rings or aromatic compounds are not giving nucleophilic substitution reactions. First one is that our nucleophile, that is electron rich, and our benzene is also electron rich. So there will be electronic repulsion. There will be electronic repulsion. So benzene repels our nucleophile. So attack of the nucleophile will not possible into the benzene ring. After, if that nucleophile attacks on the benzene ring, suppose what will happen, we will see. Suppose this is nucleophile which is rich in electron. If that attacks on this benzene ring, so what will happen? See here. So in this case, what will happen? Benzene ring becomes more electron rich. So this benzene ring, even though that is aromatic, but not able to stabilize this negative charge on the benzene ring, because our nucleophile is electron rich, benzene also containing electron rich negative charge. So this charge is not that much stabilized as compared to the positive charge. So these are the two reasons. Because of that one, the nucleophilic substitution reactions on the aromatic rings are rare. But it's not the case that nucleophilic substitutions will not occur into the benzene ring. There are some reactions in which the nucleophilic substitution of the aromatic ring is possible. What is the case? When our benzene ring or aromatic rings having a substituent, any group, the substituent which are having strong minus I effect as well as strong minus R effect, then the nucleophile may attack on the benzene ring and shows nucleophilic substitution reactions, because in that case whatever the group, because of strong minus I effect and strong minus R effect, makes benzene ring electron deficient. If benzene ring becomes electron deficient, then whatever our nucleophile that can attack on the benzene ring. So the group should be present on the benzene ring which are having minus I effect or minus R effect. So because of this minus I effect and minus R effect, whatever the extra charge generated into the benzene ring, that is negative charge after attack of this nucleophile, that is also stabilized, that is also well stabilized by this minus I effect and minus R effect of this group. So nucleophilic substitution on the aromatic ring are possible when the groups on the benzene ring having strong minus I effect and minus R effect. Those reactions are called as aromatic nucleophilic substitution reactions, in short SNAR. Now we will learn the SNAR reactions, that is nucleophilic substitution on the aromatic rings. Same we have learned in substitution reactions, that is aliphatic nucleophilic substitution reactions. These substitution reactions are mainly classified into two classes, SN1 reactions and SN2 reactions. So same classification will be over here. So this SNAR, these are also two types of reactions. First one is SN2AR, that is bimolecular nucleophilic substitutions on the aromatic rings, and second one is SN1AR, that is nucleophilic substitutions, that is unimolecular nucleophilic substitutions on aromatic rings. Now we will learn one by one. Friends, now we will learn SN2AR first, that is bimolecular aromatic nucleophilic substitution. So for example, just now we have learned that the benzene ring, if having a groups, that is strong minus I effect or strong minus R effect, that makes our benzene aromatic ring as electron deficient, then only nucleophile will attack on the benzene ring. Now we will learn that example. For example, we have a nitrobenzene. So this is the structure of nitrobenzene. Suppose we are reacting with a strong base like KOH. So KOH giving us OH minus base. So OH minus is our nucleophile. Now because of this minus R effect and minus I effect of this nitro group, this ring becomes electron deficient. So what will happen? This OH minus will attack on the ortho position of this benzene ring. Will attack on the ortho position of this benzene ring. So this pi bond will break. Those pi electron goes to the carbon and nitrogen bond. So this carbon and nitrogen bond becomes double. So this nitrogen oxygen bond will break and those electron goes to the oxygen, and oxygen will become negatively charged. This step is highly reversible. And this is slow step, that is you can say that is rate determining step. So bond breaking process, that is nucleophilic attack on the benzene ring, is a slow step. What we will get after nucleophilic attack? So here will be the OH, this pi bond as it is, this pi bond as it is. Here will be pi bond formation between carbon and nitrogen. This pi bond will break, oxygen carries a negative charge, and here oxygen carries a negative charge. Now friends, this negative charge on the oxygen, that is well stabilized by the minus R effect of this benzene ring. Even though that is not aromatic, but because of resonance, this negative charge are very stable. This negative charge are stable in a ring, that's okay, but on oxygen that is more stable. And this oxygen carries a negative charge only when if this OH attacks on ortho position or para position only. If this OH attacks on this meta position, then resonance stabilization will be less because oxygen won't carry the negative charge, because nitro group is not participating into the resonance effect when nucleophile attack at the meta position. So this is the case. If any benzene ring containing minus I effect and minus R effect, then coming nucleophile having a chances to attack on ortho or para position only, not on meta position. This negative charge very stable because of this resonance effect, but on oxygen that is more stable because oxygen with negative charge are quite stable. Now what will happen? Here is H of the benzene ring. H of the benzene ring. Now this minus charge again comes back. So nitrogen oxygen bond will be double. This pi bond again comes back. So this carbon carbon bond will be double. Now one of the bond has to break because carbon valence is only 4. So either OH will leave or H minus will leave. If OH minus will leave, we will get the starting material. Right? We will get the starting material. If H minus leaves, then only we will get the product. So in this case, we have to maintain this equilibrium, otherwise reaction will be backward and we will get this starting material, that is nitrobenzene. This is first step. So suppose H minus will leave. So here is a byproduct, that is hydride ion. Hydride ions are quite unstable. OH minus are good leaving group rather than the H minus. But if you are maintaining the equilibrium, then H minus will leave and we will get a product, that is orthonitrophenol. This is the new OH and this is our nitro group. So this is what? Orthonitrophenol. So in this case, we will get orthonitrophenol as a product. So friends, if you are seeing the kinetics of this reaction, so kinetics means rate of the reaction. So rate of reaction, if you study, that is directly proportional to the concentration of nitrobenzene as well as concentration of KOH, that is OH minus. So slow step carries involvement of nitrobenzene as well as OH minus ion. So this is our rate determining step. There is an involvement of OH minus ion, that is nucleophile, as well as aromatic ring. So these are the two molecules. That's why this reaction is called as SN2AR. So this is bimolecular reaction, or order of this reaction is 2. This reaction is bimolecular. Again, what is the position of the nucleophile? If groups substituted with minus I and minus R, then whatever the nucleophile is coming to attack, that prefers ortho or para in case of aromatic nucleophilic substitution. Otherwise, as we know that these are the deactivator group, nitro group is a deactivator. So electrophilic substitution is at the meta position because that deactivates, and deactivators orient whatever the coming electrophile is there, that will come at the meta position. That is for electrophile. This is the difference between aromatic nucleophilic substitution as well as aromatic electrophilic substitution. In case of electrophile, meta is the major product, while in case of nucleophile, coming nucleophile comes at ortho or para position. Friends, in aromatic nucleophilic substitution, just now we saw there is a replacement of one or more number of hydrogens by the nucleophile, that is called as aromatic nucleophilic substitution reactions. But friends, there are some reactions are reported where the substitution of the other atoms, which are good leaving groups rather than the hydrogen, that also may occur into the reactions. So instead of hydrogen, another atoms that leaves and another nucleophile will come into the reactions. For example, our chlorobenzene, suppose we have para chloro nitrobenzene, para-chloro-nitrobenzene. Suppose this is our substrate. Now if you are reacting with base, suppose KOH, if you are reacting with base, suppose KOH, then what will happen? Cl minus is a good leaving group as compared to the hydride ion. So this OH minus attacks on the ipso position of this chloride ion. Ipso position of this chloride ion, and this pi bond will break. So this migrates over here. This pi bond will break. Those migrates over here. This pi bond will break and O minus will form. So we will get a compound like this. See here, this is Cl, this is incoming nucleophile, this is the pi bond as it is, this pi bond shifts over here, this is another pi bond with nitrogen. Now this pi bond will break into the sigma complex, minus charge, this is minus charge. So this complex will get, where negative charge is stabilized on the oxygen. Then what will happen? This negative charge again coming inside. So nitrogen oxygen bond will be double. This pi bond shifts over here. This pi bond shifts over here. So one of the bond has to break now. Either Cl minus or OH minus. As we know that Cl minus is a good leaving group. So we will get this product, that is para-nitrophenol. The product is para-nitrophenol, and this is our leaving group, that is Cl minus. So in this way, the substitutions of the nucleophile is not only substitutes the hydrogen but also substitutes the other atoms which are present on the aromatic rings if they are good leaving group. Friends, the rate of this reaction is directly proportional to the substrate plus our nucleophile. Rate of reaction is directly proportional to substrate as well as nucleophile. So this is a slow step. Slow step, there is an involvement of base as well as substrate, and this is the fast step. So that is the proof for SN2 reactions. So this reaction is a SN2AR, that is bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reactions on the aromatic compounds. Friends, here if this OH minus will attack over here, this pi bond will break and here will be the negative charge. So we will get this compound like this, double bond nitrogen, single bond oxygen minus, this is oxygen minus, here is the positive charge and here is our new incoming electrophile. So here was a hydrogen which is already present. So this negative charge coming inside, this pi bond will break. Now here is the chances, either OH will leave or H minus will leave. H minus is a bad leaving group as we know that, and OH minus is a good leaving group. So the chances of this OH minus leaves as a major product. That is the starting material. Reaction has to forward. So for that purpose, H minus should leave. That we have to maintain. How to maintain? See, this is the fast step. So as soon as our product is formed, that is orthonitrophenol. So this is a nitro group and this is OH and this is our leaving group. As soon as this hydride is formed, we have to use some oxidizing reagent in the reaction, such as nitric acid or KNO3 or FeCN6, K3FeCN6. So these are the oxidizing reagents. As soon as this H minus is formed, that will be digested by this oxidizing reagent. So what? The hydride concentration will get decreased. So return attack on this one and getting the starting material is not possible, because whatever the H minus hydride ion is formed as soon as that will get digested, that will get neutralized by these oxidizing states. If you are not using these oxidizing reagents, then what will happen? The H minus, leaving of H minus will be difficult. So as compared to H minus, OH minus will leave and you will get the starting material back. In that case, reaction is not going in a forward direction, reaction going into the backward direction. Friends, one more question is that what is the proof that these intermediate are formed within the reactions? So these intermediates formed within the reaction, that is proved by this NMR spectroscopy as well as mass spectroscopy as well as some chemical techniques also. For example, if I are trying to obtain the stable intermediate, so see here, for example, we will learn suppose this is OMe ether having three nitro groups, strong minus I effect, strong minus R effect. There are three nitro groups. Now if we are using a nucleophile, that is OET minus, that is ethoxide ion. Now what will happen? This OET minus will attack on this ipso carbon, right? Again we will get this intermediate that is negatively charged. So what will happen? See here, here is OMe, here is OET, this is a nitro group, this is a nitro group, this is a nitro group, and this is a negatively charged species. Now this is a intermediate. This is a intermediate and this is obtained within the reaction because this is quite stable. It is a crystalline solid. Solid compound. So it can be isolated in a solid form and we can take a spectroscopic data like NMR, carbon, NMR, mass spectroscopy, IR. So that proves the existence of this compound. Again what will happen? This intermediate will break this negative charge and we will get ipso substitutions of O-methoxy to ethoxide group. So O-methyl, that is methyl ether, is replaced by ethyl ether. That is the proof. This intermediate can be obtained as a solid crystalline form, and that is a proof for this intermediate is obtained within the reaction or formed within the reaction. Friends, just now we saw a mechanism of SN2AR reactions. Now we will learn SN1AR reactions, that is unimolecular aromatic nucleophilic substitution reactions. So best example is what? Our salt. Which salt? Just yesterday we saw, that is diazonium chloride salt. Diazonium chloride salt. This substrate shows a unimolecular aromatic nucleophilic substitution reactions. So see here, what is the mechanism? Now unimolecular, so there is no role of external nucleophile. This bond will leave as it is. So removal of N2 molecule and we will get a compound that is electron deficient benzene ring. This bond will break and those electron goes to the nitrogen. So now the positive charge will be neutralized and we will get En2 as a gas byproduct. Now benzene becomes electron deficient, carbocation, right? Then nucleophile, whatever the nucleophile is there, for example Y minus is a nucleophile, that nucleophile will attack on this carbocation and we will get a compound that is this compound. In this case, first step is a slow step, that is a rate determining step, and as soon as this carbocation will form, nucleophile attacks fast and we will get the product. So if we see the kinetics of this reaction, the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the substrate only, that is diazonium chloride salt. That's why these reactions are called as unimolecular aromatic nucleophilic substitution reaction. So this is the best example where you can use Cn minus, Cl minus, Br minus, NH2 minus, any nucleophile you can use. So in quite heat or just in catalytic amount, what will happen? This N2 minus will leave, we will get this carbocation formation. As soon as this carbocation will form, nucleophile attacks fast and we will get this substitution reactions. So this is called as unimolecular aromatic nucleophilic substitution, that is SN1AR.